We're officially back, and Alan is nestled up next to Joel. Don't get too close. Stay back. And
we do have a corner between us.
we got a corner. Not that that isn't allowed, so whatever you guys want to do. But listen,
Just kidding,
but Joel is going to now speak a little bit.
Jamie might get jealous.
That's true. That's
So
true.
I don't think there's any might about it.
Gentlemen.
Listen, we're going to talk about hemp, and Joel's going to talk about hemp. And, Joel, what is the topic of just slight? We don't want to give the whole story.
Well, no. It's
There's too much to tell.
It's my story, and it just became more and more clear to me how much of a story it is. I'm taking an interest in industrial hemp because it's kind of like lost craft, lost knowledge. I'm a career industrial training developer. So we had this crop at one time. We grew it. We ended up using it for all kinds of things in our lives, and then it was kind of like just totally removed from our consciousness and our usage and even our seed stock. I mean, we don't even have seeds that are industrial hemp that we know how to use. So I was just looking at like the 1914 $10 bill, where on one side you have this agrarian thing of growing hemp, and Alan was able to tell me what that machine was, which was a manual.
A corticator.
Corticator, new word for me, corticator. So that's what intrigues me most, is that here was something that we used to know how to do, and we totally erased it from our skills and our knowledge. And as an industrial training developer, that's kind of a challenge for me. So that's really my interest, is how do we regain what we've lost and know how to do it and then the other thing that freaks me out is how many things do we not know how to do that we used to know how to do. But right now it's just hemp.
And is it a coincidence that about the same time that we outlawed marijuana in 1937, December 1937, that all of a sudden cancer started becoming a plague upon our society? So we eliminated it from, say, our diet. Everybody would get it, say, from cows eating feral hemp and then drinking the milk. They would get it that way, or other, ways.
Another new word that I learned. I mean, corticator was one I learned tonight, which was
Forticator?
Corticator, right?
Oh, yeah, I thought corticator, right.
Okay. The other one
sounds
was...
like-
Listen. Just because Jamie and Rick aren't here doesn't mean
They're here. No, here they are.
Got to be. Okay, they're here. Okay. Well, if we need the take it to that level, Alan, I may just.
What do you think about the corticator?
It was my fault. I got them all riled up before with the jokes. I'm sorry.
It's what has made industrial hemp economical again.
Oh, you know what? I'm still muted, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no. Jamie's just not talking.
I'm not going to go. There's a mirror with a few people, so I'm just saying we're listening to you. But if you need some input,
yeah, we wanted some input on the corticator.
On the what?
You heard me.
It was a device invented about 1930 that made industrial hemp economical again.
As opposed to a manual.
Okay.
Right.
All right. I support it.
Oh, good.
100%.
All right.
As you were. It's described in the Popular Mechanics issue of February 1938 when they talk about the future billion-dollar crop. The only problem was that it came out in February 1938, but in December 1937, Congress had just all of a sudden made marijuana illegal, which tells when you look at those two time periods, it really shows you how fast they shuttled those bills through Congress, because Popular Mechanics wouldn't have spent that money on that article. It's a very nice article, but they wouldn't have done that for a plant that was about to become illegal. So it had to have been, done very quickly, because, they put that thing to press about November 1937, and in December 1937, all of a sudden we have marijuana illegal.
But the other new word I learned yesterday was nutraceutical.
Yeah.
I never heard that word before. And that kind of related to what you were talking about with cows eating hemp and the milk having, the hemp
cannabinoids.
Yeah. Right. And how much nutrition, I guess, is, stripped out of us eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe totally now since 1937.
Right.
Let me give you an example of what do we call it?
Nutraceutical.
Nutraceutical.
New word for me.
There was a physician that appeared and spoke at one of these marijuana law section seminars. And despite the fact that I'm on the council with these so-called other marijuana lawyers, I had no say in the selection of any of the people that were speaking at this event. And it was one of the representatives was a doctor whose background was in nutraceuticals and had worked and been hired by Amway family to peddle, multi-nutritional vitamins. And that's what I understood. And there's a name for what it was because they Jeff knows what. Jeff, what's the name of the Amway multivitamin? Nutrilite, which is like it's like a multi-million-dollar.
It's a line of supplements
through Amway. So his interest is in the cannabis because they want to get hemp stuff and just drop a couple of that in their things and kind of ride it out because they already have the, this is how they Amway. They've got people buying. It's like I think if you were to describe a pyramid.
A scheme
situation.
It would be. It could be. Well, maybe
Amway, right?
Maybe they'll just apply it.
Inverted pyramid. It's more of a network thing.
People have done really.
No, it works like
really
this. You got
well
one
in
guy
that
starts here, and he's got another guy, two guys underneath him, and three guys.
Do they make the Nutriloaf that they serve to inmates in prison?
No.
Probably.
I would
Main
the
part of
point
their
is
diet?
that
For the record, whoever does multi-level marketing with hemp is going to be a gazillionaire.
Oh, it's already happening. There's several
Said
companies
we won't
out
give away
there.
secrets tonight, Jeff. Do you mind,
Yeah.
please?
But you're
I
right.
think Amway pretty much knows this.
Right.
They'll be there.
It is the plan to the future.
They've got the existing network too.
They sure do.
How do you think Blackwater bought their contracts?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
they're not goody two
Amway.
shoes.
Anyways, so
That's a dangerous
nutraceutical,
right.
and
You said it was already taken over by the west side of the state. So,
did they?
well, I don't know. I mean, I thought we had a chance.
No, I'm saying that the concept
They have the existing.
is of mixing multi, nutritional vitamins not FDA approved is big business. I think if we're talking about all the supplement stuff from, like the GNC, like
Right,
that stuff,
right.
to there's health, like
Alan loves their protein shakes.
like protein shakes. But you've got at what's the one?
No, it's
The health
whole
food stores, like the health food stores, will have them as well.
Right,
just like all
right,
that same.
right.
And it'll be other kinds of.
Don't you think the convenience lobby is going to want some on this?
The convenience lobby,
Convenience store?
because that's something that I'm thinking about all the time. The convenience lobby.
What, marijuana?
Yeah,
Convenience stores want in on this.
party
Maybe.
stores. What's a party store without?
Without a little bit of
Gas
weed.
station.
I mean, they've already got it. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah. Some people are not going to like that.
What else do we learn? What are some other words? New words.
Other words. Another word. Well, there's Michigan has a gap in its
Can you hear?
trying to put themselves together to grow industrial hemp. So there's the law gap. There's great desire, so it appears, but they're right now on the state level having to coordinate the state law that came out and was motivated and got signed into law. And then the federal law came in, and it had its goals and objectives. So now everyone seemed to be enthusiastic about wanting to get started in this and start learning all these new words again. And it's just a matter of having to reconcile the two laws, and that's what's taking time because they haven't done that yet. It's got to go back to the legislature, and both houses have to vote on it. And the leader of that is a fellow named Dan Lowers, who, he should really wear a T-shirt because his slogan is "Hemp is not pot," and he's having to teach now a whole new House of Reps that. And you're dealing with a lot of the same people that, are in the neighborhoods of Vanderbilt who don't want to allow the law to affect. So he's got a challenge. It was really interesting to see that he had to start all over again and have to get the state law now reworked and repassed in a whole new Congress. And
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So if a police officer is driving by a legal hemp farm, how does he know that those marijuana plants are hemp plants and not, say, cannabis indica or some high-grade sativa, being grown for bud or flower. How's he going to know that in August, looking at this field of big, bright yellow-green leaves?
Alan, how about this one?
30 years of experience.
How about this one? How do they know the smell of burnt cannabis sativa L plant is not hemp and legal?
Well,
Right. THC is odorless. I mean, that's the deal. And the
Alan can't
slogan's
talk.
an interesting
You've now
one.
paralyzed Alan. Alan, look at he's speechless.
No,
What do you think about it?
I'm letting Jet put it his 2 cents there. I'm not speechless. But, Mike, that's an excellent question.
It's not a
Because
question. It's a statement of truth.
How would you know that it's hemp versus... well, I think if you burn a rope has a...
Do you really think
Have you ever tried burning hemp rope
Do you think they care?
as a kid?
Well-
There's definitely a burnt, terrible smell. I think anybody can distinguish that from a fine
Listen,
sativa.
the training
or
that is
indica.
offered is the distinction of freshly
It doesn't
cut
take much
and
experience.
burnt marijuana. Okay?
Yeah.
Marijuana is differently defined now.
Yeah, but if you were to take hemp
So there's no
flowers
training
right.
that exists in the world
Yeah.
that any officer in the state of Michigan, their training, in fact, suggests that they cannot
Right.
in any way, shape, or form.
And this gets back to the slogan, which is hemp is not pot. Gets us almost there. The real slogan should be that cannabis is not marijuana.
Ooh, but that's now you're taking people through a whole different.
Well, that's where we are.
Almost religious.
Well, the
stretch.
reason they called it marijuana was to make it
No, that's
illegal.
no, you understand.
Marijuana
This is not
with
how
an
we
H.
want it to be.
I understand.
That when the federal government said that the cannabis no, you have to understand this. The reason why people have been screwed about all of this is because the definition of marijuana, the only thing that was associated is that all parts of the cannabis sativa plant, not including the seeds and the stalk, which is where hemp, the national hemp industry has won other cases, and it's from those things, as the federal judge said, from your own definition, DEA, this is not part of the marijuana plant, excluding the mature stalks and the seeds. That's what hemp milk was made from. That's what hemp blah blah was made from, lotions. So that definition has been all parts of the cannabis plant except these other things. Now, what's remarkable about the law is they said instead of that definition, which includes all parts of the plant, they said the cannabis sativa plant itself, whose all parts used to be in marijuana, the cannabis sativa L plant is hemp.
Right.
And if it has more than 3% THC, those parts are marijuana. The whole entire plant is hemp. It's not just the stalks. It is the entire plant.
Right.
It has been displaced out of the Controlled Substances Act federally and out of the Public Health Code in Michigan.
Cannabis is not marijuana.
Yeah, but my question, that gets back to my question,
In order to
Michael.
go there, you have to say that. Wait. In order to go there, you have to say that all cannabis plants are cannabis sativa L, which may not be true.
All right, but you have the sheriff driving by a legal hemp
Because
farm.
my thing was the Rudy Alice plant is not fall within the definition of
There's federal.
cannabis.
There's case law.
All right,
No, I think an indica, but not in the Rudy Alice. In fact, the Rudy Alice may not.
All right, the sheriff driving by this legal hemp farm, and he sees thousands and thousands of marijuana plants, rather than if it was medical marijuana or if recreational, a person would legally have 12, but he sees thousands, so that triggers an idea that it may be illegal.
There's an answer.
And then
Kazmierzek. What would Kazmierzek say?
Kazmierzek has nothing to do with this.
How not?
No.
Probable cause. Reasonable suspicion.
Yeah, but that has to do with whether the smell of the burnt smell.
Let me look at it this way, Alan.
For a motor vehicle.
In this
or not.
scenario-
The smell of
But this is
marijuana
not- this is
probably-
not-
What day is this fact pattern created?
Say this summer.
Okay, let me say this. Is it fair to say that we should assume that there will be a Michigan State legal update, number 169, and it's going to state,
What's it gonna say?
please be advised, all state police,
Yeah.
that what may appear to be something that you've been trained and wired to identify as the most evil thing that justifies all behavior, including killing dogs and kicking in doors and pointing guns at kids and stealing things that are hanging on the wall, those days are over.
No,
Because
it's not fair to say that because it's been more than 90 days since this law took effect, December 6th, and there's been no MSP legal update. Now, normally when a law takes effect, you see an MSP legal update hit the books and hit the internet within, say, 10